The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, La Rosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Pannell Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with Daniel Brown. He's a fine coach out at Henry Clay High School. Coach already owned impressive wins over John Hardin. They've been as high as #1 this year. Louisville Ballard, who's #2 in the state. Some impressive wins for the Blue Devils.
Well, very proud of these guys, and I've just got a good group of kids that believe in each other, and just kind of, played two really top-notch teams, and just feel very lucky that we come out on top.
As a former captain of my high school basketball team, I took that role very serious, and I know these three guys that are with you are all captains.
Well, there's a reason why we're pretty good this year, and it starts with these three captains that's been with our program for the last 4 years. So I brought 2-3 top-notch kids, not only on the floor but off the floor. So I'm excited about what their future holds moving forward.
Yes, sir. And Henry Clay is our team of the week. And our scholar athletes are from another great institution, Lafayette High School over there. Coach Green does a great job with the program over there, wrestling. We have him on almost every year because he has great kids. They're all doing great things in the classroom, and they're regional champions.
Well, Coach has done a great job over there, and the numbers and the state championships and the region proves that. And it sounds like the kids he's got with him, they're doing it in the classroom as well.
Yes, sir, they are. And we've got another Sutherland Chevrolet drive of the week as we head down to Nicholasville, Kentucky to Sutherland Chevrolet. Victoria Taylor and Isaac Brown are in from Model High School, the Pannell Swim Shop segment. And these are young ladies and young men doing great things in the classroom there on their Kyle Knezovich. I think he has a brother that coaches as well, doesn't he?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure they're doing a great job down there, and the models always have put out good swimmers, and sounds like they're continuing that tradition.
They do put out good swimmers and good coaches. And also, Jenny Williams is going to keep us in the game with UK Sports Medicine. And now we're going to the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. These highlights brought to you by Game Time and brought to you by Prep Spin.
We start with one of the hottest teams in the state right now. We're talking about Henry Clay. The Blue Devils knocked off a pair of top 5 teams over the past week, Ballard and John Hardin. Daniel Brown's club has won 15 in a row tonight, hosting Woodford County. It's the Blue Devils' 3rd game in 4 days. I tell you what, Marquise Warwick, he was not tired, though, driving in, kissing it off the glass on this Valentine's Day. Woodford County, though, would build the early lead. Ashton Miles DeVore, 3 names, 2 points. He finished with the team high 14 points. Dylan Blevins knocks down the long 2. It's 8-2 Yellow Jackets. And that's when Warwick goes back to work, splitting the defenders for the bucket and the foul. The Mr. Basketball finalists finished with 28 points, leading Henry Clay to another win, 76-51.
Welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. We want to thank Roberts Insurance. They're out in Richmond, Kentucky. They're on Main Street. They insure 3/4 the great state of Kentucky. Bob Roberts Insurance. And with us, the Lexington Henry Clay Blue Devils. And Coach, I saw you guys play. What a basketball team you have there. I'll tell you, you got a fine basketball team.
Well, thanks a lot. I've got good support, and I've got some good players. Yeah. That helps.
Coach, what have you seen from this team that gives you hope for the tournaments coming up?
Well, I've got good senior leadership. And I think to win the 11th region, you have to have really good senior leadership that comes to work every day. And I see every day since the first day we started that, we've continued to get better. And now that we've won some games, and we're kind of in the later part of the season, so to say. So I think these guys now have kind of realized what level they can play at. So, we're excited about the postseason. So, that's it's up to these guys. I speak every day. They'll tell you. When I speak to my team, I speak to the 5 seniors or 6 seniors I got. So we'll go as far as they take us.
Well, John Hardin and Ballard will help you see how good you can play with the level of play they have.
Coach, who did you bring with you today?
I brought 3 captains. I brought all 3 seniors. This is Marquez Warwick here, and this is Marquise Mackey and Jackson Phillips.
A definite Mr. Basketball candidate right here. They're going to announce the finalists for Mr. Basketball Friday morning. Christy Thomas is doing a show. I think each region has a Mr. Basketball candidate, and I would not be surprised if this young man is definitely.
Well, let me say, if there's a better player in the 11th region, I want to see him. Anybody puts 33 on John Harden and 34 on Ballard.
Yeah,
so
he's pretty good.
Quez, even before he done that, people that's watched him grow up knows what type of player he is, and that's the type of kid he is off the court. So I think he's the best player in the state. So I think he should be a Mr. Basketball candidate, if not Mr. Basketball. So we'll see how it works out on Friday.
And Quez, you committed to Northern Kentucky University, big Division I program up in Northern Kentucky. So congratulations for that. What about the Norse excited you as a player, and congratulations on Mr. Basketball?
Thank you. I mean, everything, honestly. The coaching staff, they were consistent in recruiting me from day one. And, I just wanted to go somewhere with players that have a winning attitude and winning mentality, and as they've been to the NCAA tournament 2 of the last 3 years, so it was a great fit for me. And
you got to love that arena up there.
Right.
That's a beautiful arena to play in.
So,
Marquise, what do you think your team's strengths are, and how has your schedule helped to highlight these strengths?
I think our strengths are that we have everything. We have guys that can score, we have great role players, and I think what really helped that is the trip to Charlotte. It really brought everything together.
And Jackson Phillips, they're on the end. How you doing, sir? You're the big guy on the team.
Yes, sir.
You kind of set picks out there and free all these guys up and I call it the lunch pail work. Takes his lunch pail to play basketball every day. But what is it for Henry Clay that you see, and what is it that you see for the tournaments and down the road for Henry Clay?
Well, right now we haven't lost in 2020.
Okay.
We're on a 13-game winning streak right now, and I don't expect that to change whatsoever. I expect us to keep this momentum, win out the regular season, win out the district tournament, win out the region tournament, hopefully win out the state tournament.
Have not lost in January. I did not realize that, Coach. So that's quite a feat there, for especially considering who you played. I mean, you haven't played, cream puffs. I mean, you played some of the best teams in the state.
Well, Coach, District 11 and your region as well, they're both wide open this year.
Oh, yeah. Been in this region 18 years, 14 as head coach. We take nothing for granted. This is the toughest region in the state, toughest district in the state. So we know starting in 2 weeks, when it comes down to one game, these guys know it's down. Anything can happen. So as high as we are right now, it can change quickly. So, but we're excited about it, and the guys I got here today, I feel confident that they'll lead us, where we want to go.
Well, here's your mean beef jerky. You can have that, Coach. And
thank you.
You got some on the game the other night, too, so you can pass that out.
We're enjoying that. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. We appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the season there at Henry Clay. You got a fine basketball team.
Appreciate you.
That's the Blue Devils of Lexington Henry Clay, one of the top teams in the state of Kentucky. We'll be back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report, including our scholar athletes from Lafayette. And welcome back into our Scholars of the Week from Lafayette Wrestling with Allie Viney, Gary Ball, and Coach Green is with us, and 3 of your outstanding. Coach, you always have outstanding student athletes there at Lafayette. And this year, you won the region and championship, so congratulations for that.
Thank you, sir.
Let's start with Luke. Luke, you have a 4.0 in class. Congratulations for that. That's quite a GPA there, isn't it, Alan?
Yeah.
And you also were a region champion, right? Wrestling.
Yep.
So that doesn't give you any time for silliness, does it? I mean, in your case, does your faith that you have, does that keep you focused and rooted?
Absolutely, yeah. Sometimes, through wrestling practice and having to stay up late and do homework and essays, and it can be difficult sometimes. And so with my faith, sometimes I just, have to rely on God to get me through, because you wake up in the morning and you're beat up, you got a hurt shoulder, and you're tired, and you're cutting weight, and you got an essay that you have to write, and it can be difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Ezra, you also run a regional title, and you have a 3.7 GPA in class. What keeps you focused in school and in wrestling?
I would say the main thing would be my parents. The amount of time they put into me. I want to make it seem like it's worth their time, and I want to put out that effort just to make sure I make them proud.
And Braden, you have a 3.5 GPA, so congratulations for that. You're doing it right in the classroom, too. Does your state runner-up last year, does that drive you for this particular season?
Absolutely. I'm proud of being runner-up in the state as a freshman.
but failing to achieve that goal of being a state champion drives me to be more focused and to work harder this season.
Coach Green, congrats on your Coach of the Year and regional title.
Thank you.
Will you tell us a little bit about these kids?
Well, first I want to say thank you for inviting us. Also, please excuse my voice. During wrestling season, I end up losing it every Saturday. In regards to that of your question, all I can say is that I'm blessed and thankful. I get to work with these awesome guys. When you think about it, they're well-mannered, disciplined, hard workers, high achievers, and they work to do what's needed. I don't have any problems with them. And then you think about that of the grades on top. What coach wouldn't want it?
Yeah, what more could you ask for? I mean, you got it all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you can ask for.
And when I think about my wrestlers, I love them, and my wrestling family, they're awesome.
Well, that shows, and it shows every year you come on this show, and you've been on quite a few times, that you really do have a love for all these kids, and it shows in their performance too. Luke, what do you hope to pursue beyond Lafayette?
I'm not really sure yet. I'm thinking about some sort of sales, but whatever I do, I just want to be happy with what I'm doing, and I want to be encouraging to others and be a light and a salt and be a good example for whoever I'm around, and be a good example to them.
Azariah and Braden, what are your plans after high school?
Well, I plan on attending a college with a good academic program and preferably with a strong wrestling program. And after college, I plan on going to med school and pursuing a career in medical studies like both my parents.
Well, for me as well, I plan on joining the medical field, but I also am thinking about going to the Coast Guard or something in the military branch.
Well, good luck, guys. Good luck in the state tournament this week at I think it's All-Tech Arena out there. So good luck in that, and thanks for joining us, and keep up the good grades there, because that will take you pretty far. And Ryan Tyson would like to present all of you. All of you will get a beautiful plaque from Crown Trophy. Go over there. They'll put your name and school in there. That's Coach Green, the Coach of the Year in wrestling. We'll be back. We're going to the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
It's time for the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week, and check out Henry Clay's Marquise Warwick off the steal behind his back and gets the layup plus the foul. Take another look at this one. The behind the back dribble, the little Euro step on his way to the bucket, through the foul, and gets it to go. He had 28 points as the Blue Devils get a big win over Woodford County. Henry Clay has now won 15 in a row. That is your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. We're here with the Pannell Swim Shop Swimmers of the Week from Model High School, here with Davis Brown. So, Coach Kevin, tell us a little bit about, you guys just got out of regions this past weekend. You're looking towards state in another week. Tell us what you've seen of the team.
Well, we saw some really good things at the regional meet. Our boys team repeated as champions back-to-back years, which is something we hadn't done since I was a senior in high school. The girls are swimming really well. They were third this year in the region. We've qualified more kids for the state meet this year than we have over the past 5 or 6 years. So we're definitely moving in the right direction, getting some momentum, starting to think about state championships instead of regional championships at this point, which is pretty good with a young team.
That's great.
So.
Coach, can you tell us about the 2 swimmers you brought with us today?
Absolutely. We've got 2 of our finest here, so 2 team captains, 2 standout athletes, 2 that we rely on very heavily for just about everything in and out of the water. So we've got Victoria Taylor to my left, she's a sophomore, and then Isaac Brown, who's one of our seniors, both, again, team captains. So.
That's right. All right, so there's a great history of swimming at Model, from coaches to athletes all the way down. So that's got to put a lot of pressure on you guys. Victoria, tell me a little bit about how you really step up with regionals and state and throughout the season with that team history.
Well, since the beginning of the season, we try and focus on cheering for everyone and just trying to motivate everyone to do their best, even when they might not feel prepared, and just get ready at every meet, and especially big meets like regionals and state.
That's great. And Isaac, so you've got, you're moving into state, you're the senior this year, so what are your plans for your goals for state this year?
So I've been to state the past couple of years. I haven't performed as well as I may have liked, but this year I'm looking to make it back for finals, definitely maybe make it into the top 8 in a couple events.
That's great. So now with, what are your plans for after school? With being the senior, what do you want to do after graduation?
So I'm planning on going to Eastern Kentucky University. I've already been accepted there, and I'm looking to go into their criminal justice program because it's one of the most well-renowned in the entire country. So I think it'll be a good place to go.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So Victoria, so what are some of your goals, personal goals for the state this year?
Well, I'm hoping that I'll make it back to finals and hopefully drop time in my 2 events that I'm swimming.
That's great. All right, well, congratulations. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
And we'll be back with Jenny Williams from UK Sports Medicine.
Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. Jenny Williams is back with us. So great to have you back. And we're going to talk about a very timely topic right now.
Right.
What do athletic trainers deal with? Do they deal with many ear injuries?
Ear injuries is not something that we see very often, but the main one that we do deal with is cauliflower ear.
Yep.
Can you explain what cauliflower ear is?
So cauliflower ear is an injury to the ear where, if you got hit on your leg or your arm, you get a bruise. If you get hit in your ear, some blood will pull up and develop, but it doesn't really have anywhere to go. So it's something you commonly see with wrestlers, MMA fighters, boxers, where they have kind of those deformed looking ears that look puffy and just different.
Yeah, they're all out there and they're all red and everything.
Exactly.
How do you treat cauliflower ear?
So treating cauliflower ear is as soon as the athlete notices that it happens, we try and get them into the doctor as quickly as possible because it needs to be drained. They have to kind of get that fluid and that blood out of there so that it doesn't permanently stay swollen like you would normally see.
Can cauliflower ear be prevented?
The best way to prevent it is to always wear their ear protection during practices, which, they have to wear their headgear during matches and wrestling meets, but sometimes they don't like to wear it at practice, so we always encourage them to wear that gear so that they can protect their ears and hopefully prevent this sort of injury.
Yeah, I mean, ear injuries are something that's not as common among athletes, but when they do happen, you want to know how to figure that.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely, and that's one of those things that just comes with time and working with these athletes. You figure they've got to take care of it, and they don't want to have that for the rest of their life.
Right. That's Jenny Williams with UK Sports Medicine, Orthopedic Surgery, and there's the website and the phone number. Give them a call. They got the walk-in clinic every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. on Harrodsburg Road. And now we're going to these final highlights. These highlights brought to you by PrepSpin.com.
Lexington Catholic sports the 11th region's top RPI. The Knights with a sparkling 23-2 record tonight, making the 3-mile trek or less to Lexington Christian. The Eagles trying to avenge a 7-point loss to Catholic back in January. Always a great crowd. LCA's Chase Weidmer drops it off to Tanner Walton. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary Ellen. Scoop and score 2 of his 14th 5-point game on the other end. Check out this no-look pass. Ben Johnson to Jackson Smith on the baseline. That's how you do it. Eagles pushing it the other way. Jacob Goins lays it in, back to a 5-point game. But Lexington Catholic kept pouring it on. Johnson, quick release, 3-ball good, game high 17. Catholic comes out on top 51-37.
Back with my great interns, Allie Viney, Davis Brown. You guys are doing a great job on the show, and I know you enjoy meeting all these athletes, don't you?
Yeah, they're great athletes, great students.
Yeah, it's cool to learn about all these high school athletes from across the state.
Yeah, Henry Clay, that kid in here from Henry Clay, Marquez Warwick, he's probably going to be Mr. Basketball. I would say that he scored 34 points against one of the best teams in the state. He's pretty good. Yeah, thanks. You guys are doing a great job.
Great accomplishment.
As always on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and you don't see,
keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Ford Brothers Auction, Kentucky Orthodontics and Invisalign, LaRosa's Pizza, Mingy Beef Jerky, Pannell Swim Shop, Prep Spin, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.